and Charlie Bird. And Jazz, yeah, and Jazz Insomnia. You can tell it's early morning. Let me pound my head against this wall. I feel much better now. See if the people on the freeways are doing okay. It's 7:43 from KKGO. Here's Rhonda Kramer.
Gary, finally starting to see an improvement in some areas. Eastbound Santa Monica at National, that traffic advisory has been canceled. At Caltrans working in the two right lanes, they have been reopened. However, North Golden State at Stadium Way, we're getting reports of an accident with injuries. They're waiting for CHP and paramedics to arrive. The other SIG alert in Ontario also canceled. West San Bernardino, west to Vineyard, where all lanes have been reopened. Still clearing an earlier collision, West San Bernardino at Temple City, which is now out of traffic, and an accident in the final clearing stages, North 55, north of the Santa Ana transition. Rhonda Kramer on America's Jazz Station, KKGO.
Thank you, Rhonda. In just a moment, we're going to answer a musical question about an album we played on KKGO from Elizabeth Brown in Los Angeles. Liz, stand by. We'll get it for you.
Hang on.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. I'm your neighbor, next door neighbor.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh.
I missed you when you moved in, I guess.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I wanted to explain about that shelf in your refrigerator.
The shelf? Oh,
Full
you
of
mean the bottom shelf? The one
Molson
with the
Golden.
whole case of Molson Golden? Boy, what a great surprise
Yeah,
that
that's
was.
my Molson
Moving
Golden.
in, you know.
Yeah, my
It was
Molson
terrific.
Golden.
Your Molson
Yeah, I
Golden.
had a sort of arrangement with a person who lived here before you.
Oh, yeah?
And I sort of rented one shelf in her fridge, or your fridge.
You don't have a refrigerator?
Yeah, I'm a photographer. Mine's full of film, and
Oh.
I needed someplace to keep my Molson Golden.
Yeah, I see.
Cool, clear, smooth. I'm sure you
Yeah, I
understand.
love it.
It's-
Yeah, it was terrific.
It was terrific?
Uh-huh.
What do you mean? Was.
Molson Golden, from North America's oldest brewer of beer and ale. The #1 import from Canada, Molson makes it golden.
It really is a shame you missed the party.
I feel like I was there in spirit.
Martlet Importing Company, North Hills, New York.
You dropped your hot water bottle on the floor, sir. Here, let me put it back on your head where it belongs. Let me put your head back where it belongs. The Wall Street Business Barometer brought to you by Goodyear here at KKGO.
Good morning. Viacom International has acquired all the shares of its common stock formerly held by a group headed by investor Carl Icahn. Viacom paid $62 a share plus warrants for 2.5 million common shares and $10 million in commercial airtime on the firm's communications outlets. U.S. Shoe Corporation reports first quarter earnings came to $3.18 million or 14 cents a share versus $13.2 million or 60 cents a year ago. Stock prices are higher with the Dow up 6 points. Factory orders for durable goods dropped a small 0.8% in April. The Commerce Department said orders were up for autos, lumber, and wood products, as well as for furniture and fixtures, but that a big decline in defense items pushed the overall total down. Wang Laboratories says it signed a definitive agreement to merge Intercom Incorporated into a Wang subsidiary. Wang already owns 20% of that Texas-based integrated switching systems concern. Eastman Kodak is considering entering the consumer battery market. The photo giant says it's developed a line of high-performance batteries, primary batteries, led by the first 9-volt lithium power cell ever offered for mass consumer use. According to Kodak, it would last more than 200% as long as today's best alkaline batteries. The stock market is off to a strong start this morning. On the big board, advancers lead decliners 2-1. The Dow Industrials are up 6.45 at 1781.62 in moderate trading. That's the Business Barometer. I'm James Limbach.
Performance, good looks, and a special deal. It's time to make your move to Goodyear Eagle Radials. Now through May 31st at your nearest Goodyear retailer, buy 3 Eagle STs or Eagle GTs at the regular price. Get the 4th one free. Meet your performance demands with raised white letter Goodyear Eagle ST. Its double belts and aggressive tread design provide firm, positive traction, smooth handling, and a comfortable ride. Or go with Eagle GT for its gas-saving, steel-belted radial construction, big footprint, and aggressive traction tread. Plus, outline white letters on one side, outline black on the other. Eagle ST or Eagle GT. No matter which Goodyear Eagle Radial is right for the way you drive, the price is right at your nearest participating area Goodyear retailer.
Now through May 31st, see your Sunday, Wednesday sports section of the Los Angeles Times for the nearest participating Goodyear retailer.
Right you are, Laura Lee. Goodyear has just brought you the Wall Street Business Barometer from KKGO. A nice letter from Elizabeth Brown, who wanted to know about a record we played the other day. We're looking it up as we speak here, Elizabeth, and we'll get it for you right after this tune. From FM 105 at 7:48 right now. Oh, the great sounds of Eddie Daniels. Circle Dance. Love that song. That's called Circle Dance from the Breakthrough album. Brand new album by Eddie Daniels. All right, Elizabeth Brown says, Dear Gary Owens, I have a problem. One morning last week, you played a terrific jazz piece that I absolutely loved, and I thought I took down the correct title of the piece and the artist. But I guess I didn't because I cannot find the record anywhere. I took down the piece as Tattoo by Nelson Cole and Company. I really would be most grateful if you could please let me know the correct title and artist of the piece. I believe the main instrument featured was a saxophone, and there were also keyboards featured. Okay, Elizabeth. Laura Lee, with her lightning-like fingers, zoomed to the record library, has an actual copy of it right now. That's really almost an EP, an extended play, because there are only two sides to it, right, Laura Lee?
Right. Well, there are two songs on the album, and the two songs are on each side, so it's not really an album per se.
Was that the disc jockey copy that we have, or would that be the actual
it doesn't look like it. It looks like it was... No.
Sometimes you'll get a special copy that is made strictly for disc jockeys where they'll put what they feel is a hit record on and lesser for the others.
Mm-hmm.
But this is Tattoo. Is there a special name of the company there?
Well, the band is called Nelson Cole, Cole spelled with a K, K-O-L-E, and Company also spelled with a K in this case.
Well, the ordinary way we spell it.
Right,
yes.
Sure.
Yeah.
Nelson Cole and Company is the name of the band.
Don't buy a Cadillac that begins with a K, though. You could tell it's a phony if that's true. Okay, Nelson Cole and Company.
Right.
And is there an address where she might be able to send for it or anything?
Yes, as a matter of fact, it's right on the back of the album here. It's released by Dox Sound, D-O-X Sound Records. The address is 2412 Vista Colina Street, Henderson, Nevada, and the zip code is 89015.
Okay, it was right outside of Las Vegas there,
Right,
then, Elizabeth. And, well, thank you, Laura Lee, and hope that helps you. I'll drop you a note, too, Elizabeth, in case you were not listening at this particular time. Thank you. And we try to answer every question, except what's the capital of Cleveland? We don't know that. 7:55, Nat King Cole, KKGO.
When you want a true lover, send for me, send for me. You never want any other. Send for me, send for me. I promise you I'll be true. Send for me, send for me. Anytime, just tell me your problem and we'll find out, baby. I'll solve them if you're late one morning. Don't hurry if you got big trouble. Don't worry, just depend on your friend. Send for me, send for me. Morning, noon, and night, in the early bright. Don't you fret, my pretty pet, I'm gonna treat you right. Don't you dare raise a hair. I'm gonna share your every care anywhere. Oh yeah, send for me, I'll be there.
Paul Desmond, Catavento, from KKGO, Los Angeles, FM 105. Prior to that, Nat King Cole, Send For Me. Got a letter the other day asking how tall was Nat King Cole. Nat was very tall. He was about 6'1". And for people who never had the opportunity to see the man perform, what a spectacular performer he was. From America's Jazz Station, we'll continue with more great sounds right after the news at 8 o'clock. And now, here's Nick Tyler. Nick?
Thank you, Gary. Jury selection today in $43 million lawsuit case. The Dodgers win, the Angels lose, and weather looking good for the Memorial Day weekend. Details after an update on world news from Associated Press. The KKGO News is brought to you by American Airlines.
Beirut after dark. I'm Mark Russo with an AP News Watch. Around the time the sun went down, the destruction started. And didn't stop until the sun came up again. The worst random bombardment in war-torn Beirut, Lebanon in 4 months. Muslim and Christian shells and rockets killed at least 35 people and wounded at least 160 others. It's a place called Crossroads. It's a giant squatter's city of flimsy shacks and dusty streets near Cape Town, South Africa. Vast sections of the segregated shanty town are in ruins today. Up to 50,000 people are homeless. 26 people dead after 4 days of bloody fighting between rival vigilante groups. The death toll from the Soviet nuclear disaster keeps rising. A Soviet official in Vienna says it's up to 15 now. The NATO allies today approved U.S. plans to resume production of chemical weapons, but did so half-heartedly, it seems. Sources at the meeting in Brussels say at least 3 countries objected. Saudi Arabia will have to wait at least 2 more weeks to find out whether it gets more than $250 million in new U.S. weapons. Congressional opponents delayed a vote on President Reagan's controversial arms sale until after the Memorial Day recess. Late yesterday, Reagan vetoed a congressional resolution that blocked the arms sale. And Reagan says no one in America has to go hungry. And he says those who do probably don't know where to get the food or what's available to begin with. Well, then there's an anti-hunger group that says it was the White House that eliminated programs designed to inform poor people of their rights and benefits. An 11-year-old Vietnamese immigrant in Hawaii gets a trip to the Statue of Liberty this 4th of July. She won an essay writing contest on freedom. But she also won a new car. But a welfare worker told the family if they accept the car, they'll lose all their benefits. I'm Mark Russo, AP Network News.
At American Airlines, we think you're something special.
You're moving at a hectic pace from dawn to dusk each day. 'Cause when you've got more words and time, there's just no other way.
At American, we understand how important your time is. That's why we offer the convenience of 8 LA area airports to get you out of town faster. Choose from Los Angeles International, Bakersfield, Burbank, Long Beach, Ontario, Orange County, Palm Springs, and Santa Barbara. When you're something special, the choices are all yours.
We're American Airlines, something special in the air.
American can fly you from the Los Angeles area to Dallas, Fort Worth, and beyond with the convenience of over 20 nonstop flights a day, more than all other airlines combined. Call American or your travel agent.
Now we're going to check on the traffic scene with Rhonda Kramer.
Still working on clearing an earlier accident that did involve injuries. North Golden State at Stadium Way, which is also affecting the South Golden State. Eastbound Santa Monica Freeway just east of Overland in West L.A. There's an accident tying up the number 2 lane. Working to clear an earlier collision that involved an overturn. That's on the South Long Beach south of Del Amo off to the right side. And in Orange County, South Santa Ana Freeway at Grand, clearing a non-injury collision also off to the right shoulder and out of traffic. Rhonda Kramer on America's Jazz Station, KKGO.
Thank you, Rhonda. Jury selection begins for the second trial in a former stuntwoman's $43 million negligence suit against the director of the film Cannonball Run. The first jury deadlocked on whether director Hal Needham was negligent in having Heidi Von Beltz perform a stunt in a defective car that crashed, leaving her a quadriplegic. Actress Raquel Welch's multi-million-dollar breach of contract and slander suit against the MGM Film Company today begins with opening statements. Welch says MGM conspired to oust her in favor of Deborah Winger for the 1980 film Cannery Row and claims the producers slandered her by saying she was fired. A pickup truck failed to negotiate a curve as it approached at twice the posted speed along a twisting Santa Anita Canyon Road this morning, ejecting its 17-year-old driver and crushing him to death. The CHP says Terrace Ludwig was not wearing his seatbelt, while the passenger, who did have his on, suffered only minor injuries. And in sports, the Los Angeles Dodgers whipped Montreal 6-1. California Angels were nipped by Baltimore 2 to 1. It's the same schedule on tap for today. The KKGO News brought to you by American Airlines. I'll have weather in 60 seconds.
Okay, Bugs Bunny, Daffy Duck, this is a rehearsal.
Come to Magic Mountain. Come and watch us dance.
Cut.
What's wrong, Bugs?
Well, Doc, I'm not feeling quite myself today. Maybe Daffy should do the Rabbit Cadabra magic show by himself. Me? The star? Why, I think you should go straight home, Bugs. Nah, I'll just take a little walk around Magic Mountain. First, I'll see the Bugs Bunny World, then the Wile E. Coyote's ski show. Say, Rabbit Ears, don't you think you should go lie down? Nonsense. I gotta stay on my feet to ride Shockwave, the new stand-up roller coaster. Why, this is an outrage. You're not sick. Calm down, Duck. You'll make yourself ill. And then who's gonna do the show? That rabbit is despicable.
This Memorial Day weekend, Bugs and Daffy will be joined by members of the Cleaver, Brady, and Partridge families for a family reunion at Magic Mountain. Bring your family and join them. Park opens at 10 a.m.
Teachers and business professionals learn how to use your voice effectively in a class offered by Cal State Dominguez Hills Extension beginning Saturday, June the 7th. A speech and voice expert will teach you how to use your voice to communicate your message clearly. For more information, call us here at KKGO. Weather-wise, low clouds through mid-morning, becoming mostly sunny today with some occasional high clouds. We're looking for a high today around 79. Look for overnight lows around 60 and a high tomorrow around 84. The Memorial Day weekend should be warm with some clouds along the coast, but we're looking for a high then of about 86 degrees. Right now, at the LA Civic Center and at our KKGO studios in Westwood, it's 60 degrees. I'm Nick Tyler. The music continues now with the Gary Owens Show on KKGO.
The Gary Owens Show on KKGO. Zow. A Gary Owens Jazz-a-Rooney. KKGO.
I like to wake you every morning and start you on your way with some sweet, tender loving to help you make your day. We've had a lot of good times, and I know there's more to come. With the two of us together, there ain't nothing that can't be done. Now that we found each other, so good for you, and it's good for me. Now that we found each other, stay with me and never set me free. Think about you at noontime, 'cause it helps relax my mind. I send the thoughts of love from me to you, so won't you please stay on the line. I know you got a lot of things running around inside your head, but darling, our love is forever. There's no reason to be afraid. Now that we found each other, well, it's good for you, and it's good for me. Now that we found each other, stay with me and never set me free. and start me on my way. Yeah. With your sweet, tender loving to help me make my day. Let's follow the sunrise, sailing above. We don't have to compromise, 'cause we got love. Hey, hey. Now that we found each other, well, it's good for you, and it's good for me. Now that we've found each other, won't you stay with me and never set me free? Now that we found each other, well, it's good for you, and it's good for me. Now that we've found each other, stay with me and never set me free. Now that we've found each other, girl, it's good for you, and it's good for me.
Ray Charles, from his album Brother Ray's at It Again. Now that we've found each other. 8:12 in the morning from KKGO. One of the most interesting articles I've ever read about auto babble, about all the bumper stickers, all the little creeblies you find in your car. The little sign in the back says, "Driver in car, don't follow me, I'm lost too, I brake for rabbits," all of these kind of goodies, is in the new Orange County Register this morning, and it's written by Robert Ferrigno. Do you know how many bumper stickers, not only bumper stickers, but do you know how many vanity license plates were sold by the DMV last year, were issued? 1,372,731. Now, that's about one out of every 16 plates. A vanity plate with a message of some kind or a secret goodie on there. And what he has done, and we'll get to this in a couple of minutes here, he said that cars and bumper stickers fall into definite patterns. If you've ever tailgated, these combinations should be familiar. And so he's categorized them by the kind of car you drive and what kind of a bumper sticker you would have. See how closely it comes, okay? It'll be upcoming in just a moment. In the meantime, back to music we go. No? Oh, of course not. It's 8:13. That means it's time for Rhonda.
I can sing along this, you know.
Do you have... You could sing the
I can hum the traffic, right?
Yes, here, hum a little bit of it, right? Do you have a vanity plate? Have you ever had one?
No, I don't. My dad just got a Corvette. I love this. He's 54 years old. He bought a Vet, and he wants awesome on his plates.
Awesome.
So
That's
I have
great.
to check that out for his birthday.
That's great. Awesome Wells. Awesome Bean. That's wonderful. I like that. That's a good plate.
I want to trade cars. I've got a truck. I want your Vet, Dad.
We'll find out about what you have and what the bumpers say. Let's see. There's nothing listed here for a Corvette.
You know how much they are now? Are they about $50 or something like that?
I don't know what a vanity plate costs. I really don't know. Any of our staff know? Our staff doesn't know. They haven't bought anything in years here. They just... And there are no freebies from the DMV, as you know.
No, and it's a long line.
It is indeed.
Worse than the Golden State Freeway.
Is that bad right now?
Well, they were still working that earlier accident with injuries North Golden State at Stadium Way. It also had an effect on the southbound side, a busy area right around downtown. Now in the Cahuenga Pass, South Hollywood south of Barham, the fast lane is blocked. They're working to clear an accident which has backed you up into the valley beyond the Ventura. East Santa Monica, east of Overland, right around that area, have been suffering all morning long. Now they're clearing an accident which has backed you up beyond the 405. Still clearing an earlier overturn that's now off to the right, south Long Beach, south of Del Amo, and in Orange County clearing an accident off to the right, south Santa Ana Freeway at about Grand. Rhonda Kramer on America's Jazz Station, KKGO.
O'Leary, I expect your bond market recommendations by 8 a.m.
But, Pop, I have homework tonight.
If you rely on your kids as computer experts, we'd like to introduce Apple's Summer Break for parents. From now till July 31st, you can buy a new Apple II system with Apple credit for no money down, no payments, and no finance charges till September.
So if the Schedule S form,
Is ranging from Kenny Rogers to Yoko Ono to Mickey Mouse and Goofy will be among the millions of Americans holding hands across America on Sunday, but organizers have come up short on plans for a continuous human chain of 6 to 10 million Americans from sea to sea. A spokesman, however, says $100 million will be raised for the nation's hungry. L.A. school officials have closed the district's science materials storage center in Reseda until hazardous chemicals found there can be removed. School officials say there's no immediate danger from the chemicals, although the L.A. Fire Department ordered the building closed because of its proximity to a handicapped student school. And the Lakers lost a chance to become the first league champions to repeat in 17 years. The last-second shot by Ralph Sampson won it for the Rockets at the buzzer. Inglewood last night gave Houston a 4-1 playoff record over the favored Lakers. The final score, 114 to 112. Los Angeles Dodgers whipped Montreal 6-1. The California Angels were beaten by Baltimore, though, squeaked it by 2-1. It's the same schedule on tap for today. The KKGO News was brought to you by Jaguar. I'll have a weather update right after this.
Looking for work, it's working. California, you've got what it takes.
At Security Pacific Bank, we've got loans for the California dream. And you can make that dream come true now with no payments for 3 whole months. It's our exclusive deferred payment option. Just borrow $5,000 or more for everything from cars to cabin cruisers, RVs to rec rooms. And if you own a home, you can use the deferred payment option on a home equity loan for a pool, a patio, or a college education. All with no payments for 3 months. Security Pacific Bank's deferred payment option for the California dream.
You've got what it takes, and we're with you all the way. Security Pacific Bank, looking forward with you.
It's working.
Weather-wise, low clouds through the mid-morning, becoming mostly sunny today with some occasional high clouds. Looking for a high today around 79. Overnight low expected around 60. The clouds will be back in tomorrow and burn off to give us a high of around 84 for Friday. Right now, the temperature at the LA Civic Center and at the KKGO studios in Westwood is 60 degrees. This is Nick Tyler reporting, and now back to Gary.
All right, now check your bumper sticker there. Check your goodie out here, Nick and
Okay.
Laurie. This is from Robert Ferrigno of the Orange County Register, and he says that cars and bumper stickers do fall into definite patterns. If you've ever tailgated, you should be familiar with these combinations. For example, a guy in a T-shirt driving a jacked-up 4x4 would have as a bumper sticker, Who Songs Cantina on there, or Pit Bull Pups for sale, horny dude in car, or this vehicle insured by Smith & Wesson, right?
Oh, yes. Oh,
now,
yes.
If you had a Winnebago, what kind of bumper stickers would you find? According to Robert, square dancers have more fun. That would be one. We're spending our children's inheritance. Happiness is being a grandparent. Good Sam Club, and I break for garage sales. That'd be on those. Now, if you, let's see, classic Volvo VW bus, they put that together there. Teach Peace, Ceramics, World's Most Exciting Hobby, Sierra Club, ERA Now, and One Nuclear Bomb Can Ruin Your Whole Day. Now, in the diesel Mercedes, let's see what they would have as bumper stickers. Or this would be, I guess, any luxury car of the same price category. Chiropractic Works, End Poverty, Get a Job, I Heart to Get Even, The one who dies with the most toys wins. And P.S. I love you. Well, he's nailed. This is quite a complete. It runs 2 pages there, and it's very interesting. There's a whole psychodrama involved in autobabble these days.
Well, it says a lot about the people who own the car, too.
Oh, sure. I have never had a bumper sticker, and I've never had a vanity plate.
I've never had a car, so I don't know.
Well, that's true, but you do put that on your forehead
Yes,
and run
I do.
up and down.
Is that why people stare at me so much?
No, that's not the reason.
Oh, I see.
We'll tell you later.
Seem to have passed them by these days. Life is in hard life. People walking around, living in a daze high above the ground, with their silly ways putting people down, acting phony while they fly high in the fancy clothes, with the corny jokes, looking down their nose at the common folks they can never see life the way it ought to be. Old ways seem to have passed them by these days. People go by, life is in hard line. Everybody's sick, every kind of sound comes from every lip. Everybody's down, out to really flip, acting phony while they fly high. People walking high above the ground, flying high while they're acting cloudy and plotting their phony ways, speaking loudly, inspiring their phony face, acting like they're better the them as they can. People are ballin'. Those ancient ways seem to have passed them by. People down, acting only while they try, living in high
Love that sound of Spyro Gyra Morning Dance. Prior to that, Rio Nido and High Fly from KKGO 8:44 in the morning. Sylvester Stallone's going to have a news conference today. I'll find out about that story in just a moment. But right now, Rhonda Kramer and the freeway scene. Is it getting any better, Rhonda?
Well, it seems to, but it is still a little hectic in the Cahuenga Pass. South Hollywood south of Barham, they're wrapping up an accident there, and also South Hollywood south of Riverside Drive, a stalled vehicle tying up the fast lane. A southbound Golden State south of Brooklyn Avenue, a minor problem. You've got a stall blocking the number 3 lane. Completely cleared the earlier collision in West L.A., East Santa Monica at Overland, but still finding it a little bit busy between National and La Brea. Now in the Santa Monica westbound at Crenshaw, trying to clear a stall from traffic. South 605 on the Willow off-ramp, working to clear a truck fire. That should now be out. And wrapping up a collision in the Long Beach area as well. West 91 at about Cherry off to the right shoulder. Rhonda Kramer on America's Jazz Station, KKGO.
All right, Rhonda, thank you kindly. No one knows what he'll say, according to USA Today, but Sylvester Stallone is holding a press conference at the posh Beverly Hills Hotel. Sly's people were playing coy Wednesday, which is a pretty fun game, actually, saying only that the star will be making a major announcement unrelated to the weekend opening of Cobra, his newest film. USA Today says, could it be Rocky V, or a third Rambo, or Gulp, Rhinestone 2, maybe? Well, we'll find out. See what Sly has to say. From KKGO, 8:46 right now.
Do you ever feel like it's more trouble than it's worth to speak to someone in charge at your supermarket?
Excuse me, I'd like to return these nuts.
Gee, you better speak to the snack manager about that.
I was told to speak to you about returning these nuts.
Well, whoever told you that didn't have the authority to tell you that.
What?
You need to talk to the vice president of canned goods.
Are you the vice president of canned goods?
Yes, I am.
Can you okay this return?
No, I can't.
Why not?
It's after 6. You'll have to speak to the night manager.
Night manager?
At Albertsons, the only person you'll ever need to go to for help is our store director. And it's never a problem finding him. Just look for the proud person in the gold coat right there in the heart of things. Checking on his aisles, checking with his people, and most importantly, being accessible to you. And as long as you're in his store, he'll always go out of his way to see that you're happy, even if it's just to say hello.
It's Joe Albertson's Supermarket.
Love the service.
So we go out of our way for you.
Albertsons, we go out of our way so you don't have to.
Let's go check in the Wall Street Business Barometer right now, brought to you by Wells Fargo Bank.
Citicorp has announced a $680 million bid for Quotron Systems, taking its offer directly to stockholders of the L.A.-based computerized information service. Quotron's board rejected the same $19 a share offer as inadequate last month. Its stock is currently up 3/8 at 19 3/8. Factory orders for durable goods were down 0.8% in April, the third straight monthly decline. The Commerce Department says most of it was due to a huge drop in military hardware orders. Checking stocks, the Dow Industrials are up 20 points. Crude oil prices are heading lower today on the New York Mercantile Exchange. A contract for July deliveries was quoted at $14.58, down 24 cents a barrel from yesterday's close. Both the price of gold and the dollar are moving higher in Europe today. We get the figures from AP correspondent Steve Katz in London.
The dollar continues to climb in Europe amid a wave of buying prompted by expectations that it'll climb further in the short term. But along with the rally comes the opinion of some dealers that the U.S. economic statistics aren't really positive enough to sustain a long rise. Gold prices are a little higher. The afternoon fixing in London was $340.45 an ounce. It's up $1.05 from the morning fixing and up $1.55 from yesterday afternoon.
And on Wall Street, gainers now lead losers by better than 2-1, and the Dow Industrials are up 20.59 at 1795.76 in heavy trading. That's the Business Barometer. I'm James Limbach.
When you want an answer on a home loan, does your bank give you the old soft shoe?
Mr. McCleary, I'd like nothing better than to give you an answer.
You would?
Oh, believe me, I'd love to say you've got the loan.
I do?
Or you don't have the loan.
I don't.
Well, what I mean is I'd love to say yes or no.
Oh.
But that takes time.
Oh.
Weeks.
Oh.
Of course, if you need an answer right away...
Well, yes,
I can give you a maybe.
It's different at Wells Fargo Bank. Within 3 business days after you apply, you'll get an answer on any kind of home loan we offer for any amount. 3 days, and you'll know about a home equity loan or a line of credit secured by your home equity. A first mortgage to purchase a new home or refinance the one you've got. All that's left are the confirmations, including the value of your home. Wells Fargo comes through with an answer in 3 days, even on fixed-rate mortgages, an equal housing lender.
Wells Fargo Bank has just brought you the Wall Street Business Barometer. Here at KKGO, excuse me, I have them written on my inside eyelids here. I should be able to recognize those call letters at a glance. There it is. I recognize them again at 8:50. As the clock changes before our very eyes, 10 minutes till 9 o'clock, and back to music we go on America's Jazz Station. Simon and Shaw. I've got just about everything. Not quite, just about.
I've got just about everything I need to make this life I lead an enjoyable thing. I've got bluebirds and posies and robins and roses, all kinds of flowers that bloom, all kinds of birds that sing. I've got just about everything I want to make this earth I walk a miraculous place. I've got fresh air and sunshine and mountains and May wine, and what is really a boon. I like the human race, though I have just about everything. One thing I know for sure, one thing I need is missing. I'm not complaining with or without it, I've still got what I've got. But you could better my lot with some of your hugging, kissing, that's what is missing. Just say those words that I long to hear you say, then my life will be complete and full to the top. And I'll share all my treasures, riches, and pleasures, making the tulip a swan. That's all that need be done, just say you'll be my own, my one and only one that I can say I've got everything I need. I've got just about everything it takes to set the scene and make it a marvelous bit. I've got barrels of laughter and hope ever after, and though I don't like to boast, shucks baby I got it. I've got just about everything there is to make this hers and his a terrific affair. I've got dewdrops and oceans and all kinds of notions, and since I dig you the most, I've got the urge to share, though I have just about everything. One thing I know for sure, one thing I need is lacking. No doubt about it, baby, without it I might turn out a slob. At best remain just a blob, so come on now, won't you supply it? Come on, let's try it. I can go on just as I am, year after year. Yeah, without one thing more, I know I'd reach the divine. That's to have you and hold you. Now that I've told you, please make a positive sign, saying that you'll be mine and we'll have everything. Oh, how my heart will sing, and I can say I got everything I need. Diggy, I just wiggy, I could fly to the moon, compose a beautiful tune to tell you how much I adore you and I implore you. Just say those words that I long to hear you say, then my life will be complete and full to the top. I'll just pop and I'll share all my treasures, riches and pleasures, making the two of us one. That's all that need be done, just say you'll be my own, my one and only one that I can say I've got everything I need.
Simon and Shaw, and I've got just about everything except these Tupperware contact lenses you've been wanting, and the Barracuda-flavored cough drops, and perhaps this Florentine leather lunch pail you've been gazing at all this time. Love that sound. It's from an album that came out last year called 52nd Street here at KKGO. 8:53, time to boogie. from his great new album, Boogie Woogie Rhythm and Blues. Brand new one, The Big Bash Boogie, as you boogie along this morning from KKGO. Some interesting mail, which we try to answer on the air as much as possible, and then try to follow up with a letter, although I'm not a good letter writer, never have. Let me see if I can write the letter W. No, I can't even do that here this morning. Dear Gary Owens, I've been listening to your show for some time now. Tell me, when you were a baby, did your nurse ever drop you on your head? No, actually, we couldn't afford a nurse. My mom had to do it back in those days. But, it was just difficult at that time. From KKGO, Los Angeles, FM 105, America's Jazz Station. And we've got some great sounds next hour for you. So stay tuned right here to FM 105. It's time for the 9 o'clock edition of the news with Nick Tyler. Nick, what's happening?
Safety dangers in nursing homes, the Lakers out, the Rockets in, and sunny skies eventually. Details after an update on world news from Associated Press.
Seems like tragedies everywhere. I'm Mark Russo with an AP News Watch. From Northern Ireland to the Solomon Islands, people are dealing with the loss of loved ones, or homes, or both today. Up to 50,000 people are homeless and at least 26 dead after 4 days of factional fighting in a sprawling black shantytown near Cape Town, South Africa. In Beirut, the worst Muslim-Christian shelling and bombing in 4 months. 35 dead, 160 wounded. In Northern Ireland, the worst violence in a year. A bomb blast killed 3 men on a joint military-police patrol. And in the Solomon Islands, officials are still trying to calculate the cost of Monday's typhoon, the worst in the Solomons in history, death toll 71 and rising. The Saudi arms deal will have to wait until after Congress gets back from the Memorial Day holiday, and that's a 2-week wait to find out whether President Reagan will be able to sell millions in new weapons to the Saudis. Opponents are trying to prevent Reagan from influencing the votes they need to block it. Now, this is what President Reagan thinks about hunger in America.
I don't believe that there is anyone that is going hungry in America simply by reason of denial or lack of ability to feed them. It is by people not knowing where or how to get this help.
But an anti-hunger group in Washington says that the Reagan administration did away with programs designed to help the poor know what their food benefits are. Somebody called it Twinkiegate. George Belair was running for city council in Minneapolis, Minnesota. He lost, but now he's been charged with giving Twinkies, Ho-Hos, and other snacks to senior citizens groups, an alleged attempt to influence votes. I'm Mark Russo, AP Network News.
You know, I think if someone gave me tickets to the Dodgers, I'd kiss them and use them. The tickets, not the Dodgers. Or the guy that gave me the tickets. I love the Dodgers. And I know how you can get 2 tickets to a Dodger home game. You don't have to buy anything or anything like that. If you're over 18 and have a valid driver's license, participating Southern California Nissan dealers will give you a pair of Dodger tickets. And all you have to do is test drive one of the new hard-bodied trucks. And I can give you a couple of good reasons for doing that. 6.7 annual percentage rate financing for a limited time to qualified buyers. 6.7 on a 36-month contract. The new hard bodies have fuel injection and a fresh, new aerodynamic design. It's longer and wider outside. It's bigger and roomier inside. Tough and powerful. Well, this is a truck you just got to get in and sit in to even begin to appreciate what it is. So come on, take a test drive and get a couple of Dodger tickets while they last from your participating Southern California Nissan dealer. Really, we really want to sell you your next truck and your next one.
The top news stories of this hour: patients at many nursing care facilities in Los Angeles County face health and safety dangers from neglect and outright abuse. That's the word from the Senate Aging Committee. From a county DA office, investigators who showed senators videotape records they had made of surprise inspections to substandard homes in the county. A state agency has been told that several insurance companies in California are warning their agents not to sell auto coverage in South Los Angeles. The word comes from Leroy Mobley of Beverly Hills, who's a member of the State Department of Insurance Consumers Advisory Panel. In telling the panel of the unwritten rule, Mobley didn't specify which companies have it. And it's being recommended that the lotto games coming up next in California be postponed because of discrepancies in the lottery accounting system. State Controller's office has disclosed that more than 2 million unsold tickets in Game 1 were either in the warehouse and not logged into the records, and just as many more were logged into the records but were not in the warehouse. A former Eastern Airlines baggage handler, faces arraignment on charges he took diamond necklace and other jewelry from the luggage of pop singer Patti LaBelle. 20-year-old Kevin Freeman of Inglewood was arrested after he unwittingly tried to sell the necklace to the same jeweler who made it. And an overturning pickup truck claimed the life of an unidentified young man on the twisting Santa Anita Canyon Road in the mountains above Arcadia this morning. The CHP say another unidentified person suffered only minor injuries in the accident. Let's check on traffic now with Rhonda Kramer. Rhonda?
Still working to clear the earlier truck fire, but it has been extinguished. South 605 Willow off-ramp, still finding CHP at the scene. Also in the Long Beach area, westbound 91 at Cherry Avenue, there was an earlier non-injury collision. The roadway is open, but the backup remains all the way to the 605. Getting reports now of a disabled vehicle tying up the number 2 lane with CHP checking. That's on the Harbor northbound at about Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard. And also be aware of debris in all lanes that they may have to run a brake for Ventura westbound at Reseda in the San Fernando Valley. Rhonda Kramer at America's Jazz Station, KKGO.
Well, the Lakers lost their chance to become the first league champion to repeat in 17 years. Last section shot by Ralph Sampson won it for the Rockets at the buzzer in Inglewood last night and gave Houston a 4-1 playoff record over the favored Lakers. The final score, 114-112. And the Los Angeles Dodgers whipped Montreal 6-1 in baseball action last night. The California Angels were nipped by Baltimore 2-1. It's the same schedule again tonight. We'll have a look at the weather right after this.
Pacific Stereo says wait. Don't buy any stereo or video equipment till tomorrow, because starting tomorrow morning at 10, you can save up to 50% off Pacific Stereo's low discount prices during their inventory liquidation sale. Starting tomorrow, you have a chance to cash in on the biggest, most legitimate sale in Pacific Stereo's 26-year history.